Welcome, everyone. You will be able to see and hear us today. You will not be able to speak yourselves, but I encourage everyone to go ahead and cut and paste into chat or into Q&A their questions. And Julie has already assured me she'll be happy to answer them. So welcome, everyone. I'm just going to give me 1 minute to type in. Oh, we still have a few people coming in. Okay, and with that, we're going to get started. I'd like to introduce to you, this is really exciting for me. I've been reading Julie's bio for like 2 days now because I'm so excited to speak to her. And I'll tell you guys why later on in the webinar. This is near and dear to my heart. But Julie she's a serial entrepreneur. She's a futurist. She's a researcher. And her project is energy medicine centers. And then I'm going to let her talk about that. And when she's done, we can all ask her a whole bunch of questions. So Julie, take it away.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for the Family Office Insight Forum for allowing us to speak, and for everybody who's attending here today to listen to this opportunity. I'm Julie Kramer. I'm the founder and CEO of Energy Medicine Centers. And we are bringing forward the future of medicine and the next frontier of rebalancing, regenerative, and restorative medicine. Just a little bit of background about myself. I have been researching advanced quantum technologies for the past almost 8 years now. Previously to this, I have a background in information systems, information technology. I've ran a few of my own businesses that specialized in multi-hazard design, engineering, and construction. We worked with advanced health systems, fortified structures, security and vulnerability assessments, things along that line. I've been having the opportunity to work with various entities, with Homeland Security, FEMA, and various entities related to that area. About 8 years ago, I went through my own healing journey. I'm a survivor of a rape, addiction, a series of events that took place in a very short period of time. It led me to energy medicine, and through my own healing journey, discovered the effectiveness of what we have at our fingertips. So I have been through my own healing journey through energy medicine. It's been extremely successful. And so it gave me the vision to want to create these healing centers across the world. Like I said, I've spent almost 8 years researching these advanced quantum technologies. They have been around and suppressed for eras. This dates back to like the Mayans. Ancient civilizations have utilized these technologies of frequency, light, sound healing. So right now we have developed a precision protocol program, integrating approximately 35 technologies from around the world. These are all technologies I've experienced and witnessed very successful outcomes in health and wellness. These modalities regenerate and protect our healthy cells while destroying unhealthy cells and imbalanced functions of the body. So we are using precision protocol development through biofeedback, bioanalysis, where we're able to develop a precision protocol. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It is per client, and we are able to develop that precision protocol. We're able to see the effective results. We're able to verify our effective results. And then we want to move into proactive wellness planning. The global vision is for us to launch and create these quantum healing centers around the world, establishing a disruptive healthcare transformation through quantum medicine. As many of you know, the current healthcare platform that's in place with Western medicine is extremely ineffective. People today, especially through the various events of COVID and things related to that, we have a lot of folks that are craving an affordable and effective healing modality. It's been said that prescribed medication is the third most common cause of death globally after heart disease and cancer. Right now, the Western medicine approach is highly expensive. We have unaffordable insurance, costly prescriptions, overpriced medical expenses, overbilling. Sometimes you have to get pre-qualifications to be qualified for any type of operation. The ineffective pharmaceutical side effects, the dependence, there's so much misdiagnosis of illness, the one-size-fits-all approach, and we're really masking the cause of the illness, the root cause of what's causing various illnesses. And then we have reoccurring illness, reoccurring and increasing illness, the opioid and pharma addiction crisis, antibiotic resistance, continuing to put toxic chemicals into the body, and the extreme side effects and reactions of those prescriptions. So that is a huge problem right now, and we have the solution for that. Our solution is to bring about, like I said, a precision protocol development through advanced quantum technologies. We are able to use various biofeedback devices. This is biofeedback, intrinsic data field analysis, bioscanning, biofield scanning, and we're able to develop a baseline for people where we can actually see their specific imbalances. It could be toxicities in their environment. It could be an imbalance in cellular functioning, in organ functioning. There are so many root causes, and this goes from physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual areas. These all come together to really create our health, our overall health. And so we have to address each of these issues when we are actually doing a bioanalysis for someone. So our solution, again, is to develop a comprehensive precision protocol. We have verifiable health results. We're doing proactive wellness planning, and we're using these advanced quantum technologies based upon what that specific client needs, where we need to, we can actually verify these imbalances happening, and we can verify that we are rebalancing those imbalances. There may be certain things in a person's diet and their environment that is creating certain imbalances. So we will get a knowledge of what that looks like. It could be genetic. There's so many different causes in the body to be imbalanced. So, and then we also offer affordable and flexible financing. We are partnered with some organizations that offer credit-free, credit check-free financing. We can finance our clients up to 3 years and give them an affordable payment plan that works for them. So our approach is to provide an assessment for our client. Again, this goes to our quantum bioanalysis diagnostics. This is biofeedback, bioresonance of health, intrinsic data field analysis, biofield scanning. This gives us a baseline of health and energy biomarkers, so we can see, again, where we're seeing imbalances. These analyses are extremely precise. They're very in-depth. I'd be happy to provide anybody with a sample of what that looks like. We then go ahead and move forward with the precision protocol implementation. We develop a precision protocol based off of the baseline that we found for each client. We have continued follow-up bioanalysis. We can do this on-site or remote, which means we can utilize a photograph or some type of sample, a hair sample, a nail sample, and we can actually verify the treatment efficacy and progress that we're making each week. So based off of what a client needs, what their imbalances are, we will take the various quantum technologies that we have to amplify the healing process. So our quantum practitioners are trained to understand what each technology does, the benefits of each, and what we will utilize in each treatment plan. And then we want to move forward with proactive health maintenance. I feel like the pharmaceutical industry has made it so that we're keeping our population sick because this is a moneymaker for them. Unfortunately, this is not what the world needs. We need proactive health maintenance. And so Right now, we will be utilizing a lot of reactive healthcare approaches because the world is very sick. As we know, COVID overtook us for about a year and a half. It's still around. We're hearing about various variants that are making headway. But it is our duty and our mission to not be reacting to illness. It is our duty to be proactively planning, keeping the body well, keeping the body's environment balanced so that it is disease free. Disease cannot exist in a balanced environment in the body. So it will be ongoing support, proactive healthcare planning, and providing energy medicine tools, classes, and education for those that are interested in these types of healing modalities. Just to give you a brief overview of what our healing modalities look like, the bioanalysis that I spoke about has our biofeedback, intrinsic data field analysis, our dynamic bioscanner, energy balancer. Then we are working with frequency and sound. So this consists of RIFE, PEMF, pulse electromagnetic field, plasma fusion, the multi-wave oscillator, the cocoon with brain tap, Rasha, the Tesla light bed, the biomagnetic bed, frequency imprinting, blood optimization, our vagus nerve stimulator, biofield tuning, biomagnetic therapy, and chemotherapy. Our light therapies include biophotonic light, hyperlight, gigalaser IV light, Tesla light chambers, mandalas, and sacred geometry light imprinting. And then finally, our hydration, detox, and nutrition. We have our hyperthermic ozone chamber, salt cocoon, the plasma detox dome, molecular hydrogen inhalation, plasma detox dome, IV nutrient therapy, deuterium depleted water, alpha oil, also known as alligator oil, colloidal monoatomic therapy, plant medicine, clinical virtual reality psychedelics, biophotonic structured hydration, stem cell therapy, and NAD IV therapy. We are partnered, just so that everyone is aware, with a couple of really wonderful entities. The Tesla Science Foundation is one of our partners. They are working on developing various technologies for us, as well as Tachyon Aerospace, which is an elite aerospace company. They are currently working on various technologies designed specifically for space flight. They have agreed to also provide technologies exclusively to energy medicine centers. So we will continue to be upgrading and adding to our technology stack. Our business model and core strategies is to offer our comprehensive precision protocol development, innovative advanced quantum technologies, create a market attractiveness, and affordable health plans and client financing options to make this available for anybody who's interested. The monetization on this is various health packages and retreats. Again, various financing options for all demographics, retail and online sales of our technologies and services, and business-to-business sales and partnerships. We are working right now with various spas and resorts, hospitality chains around the world that we are looking to integrate this modality into. Wellness tourism is a huge market right now, and especially following COVID, a lot of people are really looking for wellness tourism and looking to experience these new alternative health modalities. Our sustainability and growth will be promoting our testimonials, various case studies, again, innovative technology development that's currently underway, global expansion efforts. We are looking to be a global entity very quickly, and technology expansion into agriculture, environmental remediation, and construction sectors. We are able to do so much with this technology, not just in health and wellness, but also in commercial agriculture, environmental remediation, and also construction areas. So we look to move into those, and there is no one in that arena right now with these technologies. Right now, our target market, again, is going to be the global wellness economy. It's a $4.5 trillion market. So we will be looking to infiltrate all of these sectors: personal care, beauty, anti-aging, wellness tourism, preventative and personalized medicine and public health, your traditional and complementary medicine, the spa economy, workplace wellness, and so on. So there are a lot of avenues that we look to be able to integrate this new healing modality into. The opportunity that I'm here speaking with you about today is with the Carolyn Resort in Miami Beach, Florida. This particular opportunity is already has a contract in place. It's a 70-30 revenue share agreement. 70% will come to energy medicine centers, 30% will go to the Carolyn. For that 30%, the Carolyn is providing our treatment rooms, an expansion to whatever we need, as well as $2 to $3 million marketing annually. This is across the globe through various summits, conferences, PR, various media outlets. So there is a lot of visibility here at the Carolyn. Just to give a little bit of insight to the Carolyn itself, the Carolyn is a 70,000 square foot wellness resort on the East Coast. It's the largest wellness resort on the East Coast. It has 800 permanent on-site residents. The units for these residents range anywhere from $1 million to $20 million. They also have about 25 to 5,000 monthly visitors, depending on the season, that come in from all over the world to experience what the Carolyn specializes in, which is alternative health and wellness modalities. There is no competition at the Carolyn Resort. They are not allowed to have any competition. So all of these services that they offer now are all just in synergy with what we're doing. The clients that are coming to this site are specifically looking for these types of modalities. And so we're able to work in alignment with one another. Our population for just Miami alone is 6.1 million for our local market. And then the Florida population, of course, is 21.6 million. So the market is extremely large. There's extreme visibility for the Carolyn Resort all over the world. Our funding need that we're requesting is $350,000. We're offering 20% equity for that. As you can see, the breakdown, 100,000 is going towards technologies, 250,000 is going towards staffing and basic startup operations. We are also open to other opportunities of smaller investment amounts that would add up to the 350,000 at a minimum of 50,000. And just to give a little bit of future visions of what we have on the radar screen right now, because we are looking to go global very quickly. Miami is a very turnkey operation. It is going to launch extremely quickly. And so we look to be moving on to our next locations within 2 to 3 months. What you see here are opportunities that have already been offered to us. We have opportunities in Dallas, Oregon, Mexico with a stem cell lab, and also the Bahamas with a stem cell lab. We're also looking at various locations across the United States, additional areas in Florida, California, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, Nebraska, Texas, New Mexico, Utah, Mexico, Australia, Asia, and Europe. We are considering multiple avenues, whether that be resorts, hotels, spas, nature retreats, fitness centers, as well as our own independent construction projects. So this will be a global entity very quickly. Our projected growth and revenue is very lucrative. This is a very conservative financial projection. So we look by the end of year 5 to be right about $10 million in revenue. And again, this is per location launch for us. The competition in the market right now is very slim. You know, we have our Western medicine competition, your basic medical clinics, hospitals, pharmaceuticals. And then there's also additional alternative health and wellness areas, Reiki clinics, acupuncture, bioenergy professionals, meditation centers. You might start seeing the light therapy centers, cryotherapy centers. We have immunotherapy clinics that are a little bit more few and far between. The disadvantages of these, however, is they are extremely expensive. We don't have verifiable results, insufficient protocol development, side effects of the pharmaceuticals. There's very limited technologies, knowledge, and services. It's a very weak branding and marketing that's happening with these various entities that are within close proximity of what we're doing. There's not a lot of visibility and access, very small scale operations. not a lot of innovation with the technologies that they're offering, as well as future technology development. And of course, zero competition and expanding into the other industries I mentioned before of agriculture, environmental remediation, and construction. There are a few centers around the world that offer some of what we are doing. They are not offering all these technologies in one space. And so that's what really gives us the upper hand and what allows us to stand apart from the others. Just a brief look at our Miami team. As I said, our team is ready and in place, various backgrounds, from medical estheticians to business coaches to spa and resort development, energy practitioners, shamans, nutritionists. So we have a really great team. We're also working with some other groups that have about 300 health and wellness professionals ready around the world that are wanting to partake and be a part of what we're doing with energy medicine centers. So this is the pitch for energy medicine centers, and I want to thank everybody for their time, and I welcome any questions, and we would love for you to be a part of us introducing the next frontier of rebalancing regenerative and restorative medicine.
So everybody is welcome to type in a question either into chat or Q&A, and welcome you to do that. Julie and I were talking earlier. She's very knowledgeable, so if you have anything to ask, please do so. In the meantime, I have a few questions, if that's okay. Is that okay? So I'm sure I have one of these, right? That was my first introduction to, it's one of those little light things. We got it during COVID because we were all really depressed, having to stay inside. New York went through a really hard lockdown, and they didn't want you in your yard. They didn't want you out. So we just bought one of those and never would have thought of it, but they said, make you a little less depressed. So I've seen a few of these things. Like you said, there's very disjointed, or here's your foot pads online or whatever. There's no comprehensive. So what kinds of things, I mean, you gave a pretty long list of what they would do at the Miami Center, but what kind of pieces have you pulled together from all these little things that we see? And like you said, it's very little things, to detox the body. And it's specifically, my question is, I had a lot of medication in my life. And then when I complained that the medication made me sick, they gave me more medication to not make me sick, by which time I was a wreck. So how do you assess what's wrong with somebody so you can begin to fix it?
Yeah, great question. That's where the bioanalysis comes in, and that's always our initial piece to what we do with anybody that comes in, is we will do a biofeedback analysis. We'll do what's called intrinsic data field analysis, which is utilizing scalar technology. It's a very in-depth analysis of the entire body, from genomics to cellular functioning, organ functioning, mental functioning, physical functioning. And so there may be things in the body that are imbalanced. And so that's where we're going to start. We can see if it's medications. We can see if it's minerals, if it's something that you're consuming in your body. Maybe it's gluten, or maybe it's something that your body's not reacting well to. It will show us that. So we can start to see, okay, these are the things in your environment or that you are consuming into your body that is causing these reactions or these imbalances. So we would make recommendations based off of what we see there. It could be, we might see there might be a lack of vitamin D. Okay, so you might need some more sunlight. You might need vitamin D supplements, and everything carries a frequency. We're all energetic beings. Everything around us is frequency and energy. And so, we can see on our screen and on our assessment, if there's something in your body that's registering at a certain frequency, it goes into our database. And so we can say, okay, they're carrying the frequencies of a specific type of cancer or Lyme disease or autoimmune disease. And so we can basically utilize frequencies to go ahead and rebalance the body to eliminate those disimbalanced frequencies.
Well, that's, I think, a good point, because we have a question in chat. It's kind of going into the same sort of thing. Would you go further into detail about what tools you use to measure energy fields that indicate various illnesses, discuss the diagnostic methods, and also, are you doing blood panels? What does the bioanalysis involve? Samples from the bodies?
So we don't do any type of sampling, but we do have that available on site. So it's actually not something we can offer in Miami. But as far as the analysis goes and kind of diving into the tools, I'm not going to name them specifically, but we have various biomarker tools. So we have a device that will actually scan the biofield. So we can actually see various colors of the biofield and what is imbalanced. We can actually see inside the body's energy field and the alignment of chakras. So if there are certain chakras that are out of alignment, we can see that. We can basically be provided with information to realign those chakras. If there's energy blockages in the body, we can see those. So they might show up as red. The blockages might show up as red. Anything that's flowing well is going to be green. Anything that might have some blockages or imbalances would be coded yellow. So we can see what's flowing. Everything that's green is balanced, it's normal. If it's yellow, it's starting to get off balance a little bit. And if it's red, that's where we're going to focus our attention on first, because that's where the major blockages are or the major imbalances are. So that's what's going to bring our attention first. And that's what we will work on rebalancing first. And then once we get everything into the yellow phase, we'll work on that yellow color until we have everything in green, everything is balanced.
So Rick is asking, what will keep the competition from developing similar concepts? Do you have non-competes with your employees?
So we do have non-competes with our employees. As far as anybody developing this, to be honest, like I said, these technologies have been around the world for a very long time. What has come to me through my own journey, through my own visions. I actually receive, premonitions and what I call energy downloads that show me various technologies, that show me how to put technologies together. We have a lot of people that are reaching out that want to be a part of this team. We want to grow this as a team. And so, if people want to try and create this modality themselves, I welcome that. But that's why we are coming in, bringing in the next frontier and being the the renegades, you would say, in bringing this forward. I'm not too worried about someone coming in and developing this program. It's been, like I said, about 8 years worth of research and work. So I welcome people to try it, because this is the future of medicine, and this is what we're going to start to see as we proceed in life. This is what our future generations need. And so I welcome that, to be honest.
Fantastic. And Christina, I'll just say out to you, if we didn't answer all your questions, please type in, let us know, and be happy to do so. In the meantime, I wanted to ask you about Bahamas and Mexico, where I saw you're going to be doing some stem cell procedures. What are those procedures?
So we have various stem cell procedures. Embryonic stem cell is probably the most popular, and it's through IV. We have IV and injection available. The reason that we have selected Mexico, one is kind of the freedom to be able to do a little bit more on the technology side that we want to. But there is a stem cell lab in San Diego, and so I'm not sure a lot of people know, but stem cells, when they have to be transported from various, providers, we lose those live cells. And so when you're actually getting a stem cell injection right now, if you're, in the United States, that live cell count is dramatically decreased. So we have the highest available stem cell count in Mexico. And as far as opening in the Bahamas, we would have an actual stem cell lab there with us as well. And that would be the property of Energy Medicine Centers. The stem cell lab right now that's in San Diego is a part of New City Medical Plaza. So that is not ours, but we do have access to that stem cell technology. But the Bahamas would be ours specifically. And because we have the Miami location right there is why we chose that. And we have a lot of connections to the Bahamas as far as government officials are concerned to allow us to have those types of resources there.
Fantastic. We have a couple more questions. Are you still good to go? Okay.
Of course.
Are you protected from any possible lawsuits based on what you do in your operation?
We are. So we carry insurance with everything that we do. As far as the Carolyn Resort is concerned, we had to specifically select various protocols. So everything that you see on what I just shared with you, not all of that is at the Carolyn Resort. That's not to say that those won't be at our own individual construction sites in Mexico and some various places that allow us a little bit more freedom in the technologies that we want to utilize. We are working, we have a strong legal background, legal backing. And so we're very careful and cautious about the way that we operate. But with the Carolyn and the corporate requirements with the Carolyn, we have about $10 million of insurance in place that was required from them. So everything we're doing is covered right now.
Fantastic. Christina's following up asking, will you be offering services to use one's own stem cells, which could allow you to work in the US?
Of course. Absolutely.
So that's a plan down the road?
Yeah, that's definitely something we're pursuing. You know, we were given the opportunity of Mexico and the Bahamas working with A4M, which is an anti-aging, it's a global anti-aging medical association. They love what we're doing, so we're kind of working hand in hand with various entities, but they've offered us those stem cell capabilities. But absolutely, we would be open to that.
Fantastic. Following up on that, it seems like you need reoccurring customers instead of investing in customer acquisition constantly. How does that work for this business? I would think the idea is that after several visits, you cure the client and they move on, or is it a continuous sort of thing?
Yeah, so it is our goal to cure and heal our customers. So I can't use those words in the marketing department, but that is our end goal, is to rebalance the body. And so that is where we take the proactive wellness approach. So we want them to continue coming back, not because they feel sick, but because they want to stay well. So that approach will continue our clients coming back because they will have seen the effectiveness of what we're doing. They want to maintain a balanced body, a balanced environment within their body. So, and I'm sorry, can you repeat the first part of that question? I'm not sure I answered.
Sure. So I think the gist of it was, you know, do you have to constantly, look for new clients, or do they stick? And I know we don't want to talk about traditional medicine here, but, you know, most people do go to the doctor once a year, even if they're not sick, for what's called a checkup, right? To make sure everything's still okay. And I would assume, perhaps I'm incorrect, but I would assume that's sort of the same thing here. You did a great job. I feel great. I don't ever want to be in that position again. So I'm going to come in for checkups to make sure everything's going great, right? So there's a stickiness. People will reoccur.
Yeah, absolutely. The great thing about the Miami location is we have such great visibility there. We have a lot of media that are waiting for us to launch to give this even more visibility. So that client acquisition is going to come in, I think, very quickly and very easily.
And from what you said, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have there's two components at that resort, right? There's people that live there who one would assume are ongoing clients, but then they have tourists who come. They'll come down for 2 weeks or they'll come for a week. And so that would be some additional clients that would be revolving in a way. And then you have the permanent residents who live there. And I assume people in Miami can use it, right? They can come there and have services.
Yeah, absolutely. Two PR firms that work with the Carolyn Resort. So that they focus also on the local community there, which is, like I said, over 9 million people. So yeah, we've got the permanent residents, a highly affluent community. The visitors that come in is a highly affluent market. And then we've got the locals there as well. So definitely a lot of visibility for us.
Fantastic. Now on the future sites that are planned, and I'm just fascinated with stem cells, so so forgive me for that. But what kind of things can you do with them to help in wellness? I know some of them, obviously, but what is the concept?
As far as the technology go, or
As far as what kinds of things can they cure or can they improve? Is it more of a beauty thing, or what areas are you guys concentrating on?
it's everything. You can be a stage 4 cancer patient. You can just want to kind of just regenerate the healthy cells. There's obviously the aesthetic side that's involved. That's not our primary focus. Our primary focus is the health and wellness. So it could be, like I said, a stage 4 cancer patient. It could be someone with autoimmune disease, someone with Lyme disease, someone with some type of virus or disease that continues to come back. It could be HIV, herpes, various mental health issues, PTSD, depression, anxieties, addiction, you name it, we can work on balancing it.
Fantastic. We have another question from our attendees. Did you consider your concept to be a membership program?
That will be, so right now we do not have that set up or structured in Miami that way. So we have single services, we have packages that people can purchase. We do have retreats because the Carolyn does have accommodations. So we have set up various programs with them, a 3-day program, a 5-day program, a 7-day program, and a 2-week program. Now, in other areas, as far as like say Mexico goes, or other locations that we choose to launch, we may offer a subscription service. It may be something that we look at with Miami. We just haven't done that right now. We've structured it the way we've structured it based off of the market that we are going into. But a subscription is something that we're definitely looking at and open to.
Fantastic. And now we're being asked, will insurance pay for this? Typically it does not. What about HSAs?
Yeah, so insurance covers some of these services. Usually when the technology is FDA approved, some insurances do cover those, and not just FDA approved. Some insurances cover various energy therapies. It's starting to become a trend. It depends on the type of insurance. But I would say ultimately, no, that's not something that is available right now with the technologies that we're working with, which is why we've been very prominent with finding companies that will work with us to finance people, and it's not based off of their credit. Now we do have programs that are, but we have programs that if they've been diagnosed with certain illnesses, maybe it's cancer, maybe it's HIV, they're actually able to use their life insurance policies, a portion of it, to pay for this. So there's no out-of-pocket expense. Or we have, like I said, financing companies that we're working with that we can extend up to 3 years payment arrangements and payment plans for people to be able to use these services.
Are you proactive in the industry for trying to get insurance companies to start covering it, or is that not in the wheelhouse?
It's definitely in the wheelhouse. We have some people on our team that are more focused on that avenue. To be honest, I built this company from the ground up by myself. This has been a vision of mine for quite a long time. And so everything you see here has been my kind of blood, sweat, and tears, putting into this. So it is certainly on the radar screen because it's definitely necessary. And I think that the more that we start to bring these technologies out, the more we start to provide case studies for their effectiveness, I think the more traction we're going to have with coming into various insurance company coverages.
Fantastic. And I just want to go over the ask one more time so everybody can hear it. You had said 350, and that equates to 20% equity, but you're willing to take smaller amounts, which would be 50,000. And I assume then a smaller amount of equity, of course. That is correct. Okay. If anybody else has anything that they would like to ask Christina or Rick or Celeste, please feel free. When are you anticipating, I know you're working, and I can only imagine it's like 24 hours a day on Miami, but what year are you looking to go into Dallas in Mexico and Bahamas? Did you have a plan laid out for when you would like to do those things?
So it's depending on funding for Miami. We would be able to go as quick as 6 to 8 weeks. So I would be looking to still do that possibly this year, November. We would be looking at launching that next phase if the funding is there for us.
That's fantastic. Well, I think we're good, and I know that Arthur will share this with everybody that registered to attend, so that you'll be able to follow up with them, and all of you will be able to follow up with her. And this has been fascinating. I think this is amazing, and kudos. That is a lot of work, and having been through traditional medicine my whole life, I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great rest of the day, everyone.
Yes, you as well, Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you.